I would like to share. I would like to tell you so far, like how many Tibetan doctors are there. Actually, if you can count, like Tibetan medicines, if one search about the Tibetan medicine and its history, then one have to go back more than like 5,000 years ago, because Tibetan tradition medicines has been developing since then, more than 5,000 years ago. And since from that period until now, there have been many Tibetan medicinal doctors, like thousands and thousands of Tibetan doctors. But I would like to tell you that currently how many Tibetan doctors are there. So I don't exactly know how many doctors are there. It's in Tibet itself. But apart from Tibet, because I've never been gone there in Tibet. So apart from Tibet, in India, and of course in Nepal, and also there are many Tibetan doctors in Bhutan also, and also in some of like foreign countries. And I can tell you indirectly. How indirectly means, like one can find Tibetan medicine institutes in Dharamsala, and it was set up in 1961 by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And each year they produce almost like 40 to 50 Tibetan doctors. Not each year, after 5 years. So after extensive like 5 to 7 years, they are producing like 40 to 50 doctors. So since 1961 so far. And there is another one university, Tibetan university, like Central University for Tibetan Study in Varanasi, India. From where I also I graduated as a Tibetan doctor. I got a diploma in Tibetan doctors. And there, of course there are many departments. Tibetan medicine departments was set up around 1993. So since then until now, Tibetan medicines there in Central University for Tibetans produce almost 30 Tibetan doctors. So Tibetan doctors which had been graduating from a Tibetan institute in Dharamsala is almost until now more than 500 Tibetan doctors. And in our university there has been 30 Tibetan doctors. So, and you can find many other institutes also. You can find institute over here in Nepal also. There is one monastery in Swambhu. They also are giving Tibetan medicine teachings, and also they are also offering diploma for Tibetan medicines. So they are also producing Tibetan doctors. And of course there are many Himalayan regions. They also are producing Tibetan doctors. So Tibetan doctors who has been graduating from Dharamsala, and there are from Varanasi, and there are almost 700 Tibetan doctors. Apart from that, there are many Tibetan doctors. But I guess in total, there is not more than 800 Tibetan doctors so far in this world. But I am not including doctors from Tibet. There might be many Tibetan doctors because in Tibet there is also one institute Menzikang in Tibet, in Lhasa, and they also produce many Tibetan doctors. So if I count doctors from Tibet also, then there might be more than 1,000 Tibetan doctors currently serving Tibetan peoples and also local peoples wherever they are settling. And what is the basic criteria? What is the basic necessities for a person to get a diploma on Tibetan medicines? First thing is that Tibetan medicine is a medicine of Tibet and its culture. And Tibet and its culture, and also the religions. So in order to learn Tibetan medicines, one should read and write Tibetan language. One should understand Tibetan language. And one should have a desire to learn and to serve, like not only Tibetan people, but all the people who are suffering of this world. So the desire and the desire to learn, and of course like a basic quality of learning skill is very necessary in order to get a Tibetan diploma. So what is the time range to get a Tibetan diploma, or you can say what is the time range of a person to fully graduate as a Tibetan doctor? So particularly for me, when I went to like Central University of Tibetan Varanasi, there I have spent almost like 10 years studying extensive Tibetan medicines over there. So in our university we have 4 years preliminary courses prior to actual Tibetan medicine courses, and then we have to give a very huge test in order to enroll or in order to get a seat in Tibetan medicines. So first we have like 4 years preliminary courses. Inside that preliminary courses we have Tibetan language. There are many subjects, but I'll just tell you a little bit. We have to learn Tibetan language, we have to learn Tibetan grammar, we have to learn Buddhist philosophy, and we have like Tibetan Buddhist philosophy and that of Indian Buddhist philosophy. So we have to learn both of these, and we have to also learn Sanskrit, we have to learn English, and there is optional subject also. So 4 years is like a preliminary, and including 4 years we have to also learn the history of Tibetan medicine, which is very important, and also some astrology, Tibetan astrology. And after learning these 4 years, and we have to give, after that we have to give a huge entrance test, especially on in order to get enrolled to the Tibetan medicines. After giving that, and after we have been selected as a selected to be able to learn Tibetan medicine in future, then we have to spend almost like 6 years intensively studies only Tibetan medicines. So for 6 years we have to learn Tibetan medicines, and our text is mainly 4 tantra, and of course there are other texts also like 8 branches, which is a Ayurveda based text which has been written by Ashtanga, and we have another text also, and which has been included in our course also, and that text is Somaraja. In Tibetan it's called like Davigyabo, which has been written by Nagarjuna. So we have like 8 branches of 8 branches. We have also like 4 tantra. We have like King of Moon, and we have also like there are many canons of Tibetan medicines like Tuzibumba and all. So our main text is 4 tantra, and beside this we have other course also, and we have to learn all this within 5 years, and it's like a theoretical learnings, and every 1.5 years we have to give a test on whatever we have learned so far within like 1.5 years. So after learning this we have to give tests, and we have in total we have very huge 3 tests. After giving those huge 3 tests, and we have to go for internships, and there is 2 different kind of internships. One is internal internships, which we have to stay with our senior doctors in our university, especially in clinic, and we have to observe in front of him and how he is diagnosing, how he is prescribing medicines, and we have to also see the patients and also see the pulse diagnosis and all. So for 6 months we have to do internal internships in our university, and for like 6 months, other 6 months we have to go outside in one of the branch of Tibetan medicines, which has been like set up by like Menzikang in Dharamsala, which has been set up by Tibetan Institute in Dharamsala. So we have to go and spend 6 months under one doctor of certain clinics, branch clinics, and There we have to spend like 6 months observing same things like what we have done in university. So after performing like internship for 1 year and 5 years theoretically practice. So after that we have been like our course has been finished, our course has been completed, and at last like we are offered a certificate, or you can say like diploma, that and within this trial we have to also like convince certain like our tutor, and also that we are liable to practice Tibetan medicines, and they observe us that how we learn in internship, how we like diagnose physicians, and they will observe us, and it's like our internship is also like an examination. They will give us some marks, like out of 100%, if we able to diagnose almost like 80%, then they will give us a certifications. They will give us a certification that we are liable to practice Tibetan medicines in future. And if we fail to diagnose like from out of 100%, if we fail to diagnose at least 80%, then we are further kept in university to learn with certain doctors for like a good observation to improve the knowledge and the skill of certain students, and they are kept in university for further studies. But beside this, if we have passed, or if we have convinced by examining 80% of patients, then they render us, or they give us a certification that you can do and you can perform a Tibetan doctor so far, like this. And in future also, we can also able to diagnose many patients back in our countries and back in wherever we are living. So they will certify us that from now on we can practice Tibetan medicines, because you have studied so far and you have convinced that you have ability to serve patients. Thank you very much.